welcome to our Rosebuds exhibition game at the end of the Bridge City Riot weekend. First, we're going to take a look at who's skating on the team in white, the Death Caps. Number 24, Sakatuya. Number 313, Courtney Shove. Number 995, Pluff. Number 88, Decoy. Number 222, LL Cool Slay. Number 143, Lola the Killer Bunny. Number 1964, Klondike. Number 616, Saber-Tooth Tiger. Number 357, Billy Fiend. Skating for the first time in a year after 2 injuries, returning skater, the maliciously magical Lucky Harms. Number 48, Knockout. Number 134, Hilarious. Number 25, Rolling Thunder. Number 701, Kung Fu Skinny. Number 247, Apex Predator. Number 555, A Very Scary. Number 612, Daphne. And last but not least, Roadkill. Give it up for your team in white, the Death Caps. I do not have a number for Roadkill. 612 maybe? Nope.
All right, next up we have in black the Space Jammers. 006, Weeping Angel. Number 30, Stu Smacker. Number 57, Deadliest Catch. Number 102, Magic Missile. Number 52, Madness. Number 99, Nazgul. Number 867, Teen Titan. Number 105, Pancakes for Breakfast. Number 199, Slaughtermelon. Number 81, Live Crazy. Number 86, Blunt Force Drama. Number 444, Teenage Hurtbag. Number 19, Knuckles. Number 214, Spinergy. Number 64, Adri Hell on Wheels. Number 14, Annihilator. Number 149, Toast Ghost. Number 56, Loudini, sorry. Number 666, Ashtastic. And last but not least, number 420, Blazing Skull. Let's hear it for the Space Jammers. Right, I got it after. I was like, oh. We'd like to thank our officials for volunteering and volunteers here at the hangar, without whom we could never do this. Lining up for Space Jammers is Maya.
And we've got number 313 on the death caps. That is Courtney Shove. Okay. Somebody turn the music down. I was like, can somebody turn the music down? There's our whistle. Courtney Shove moving to the front of the pack. Nice hit out by Socket on Amaya.
Courtney Shove out for lead. Maya in hot pursuit. What's it gonna be? Teen Titan right in Courtney Shove's way for our big block. And then back in front of them.
Beautiful come up.
Not gonna make it easy.
That's number 867 that just stopped Courtney Shove in Courtney's tracks.
And Courtney Shove with the penalty heads to the box. Maya's in power jam mode.
Socket trying to catch a piece of Maya, not quite able to do it.
Oh, Maya trips trying to make the pass on the inside. Teen Titan with a nice offensive block.
Courtney Shove back on the track, looking to score some points. Four on the board for the Death Caps.
Is that a directional call on the white pivot? And that's the end of the first jam. Space Jammers 16, Death Caps 8. Lining up for white is Rolling Thunder. And black.
A very scary 134 I have. Rolling Thunder. That's Rolling Thunder for me and Magic Missile. Rolling Thunder and Magic Missile both wearing the jammer caps. Magic Missile finding a wide open lane on the right-hand side. Rolling Thunder still stuck behind some Space Jammer blockers.
Magic Missile makes the pass for 4 points.
Rolling Thunder out and moving around.
And there's the call, John. Adri Hill on wheels skating for the Space Jammers.
Pluff wearing the jammer hat for the Death Caps. There's our whistle. Kung Fu Skinny moving to the top of the pack.
Oh, looks like Pluff makes lead jammer.
Adriel on wheels, not far behind.
Oh, friendly fire.
Weeping Angel attempting to get a piece of Pluff, but got their own jammer instead. Decoy up jamming for the Death Caps.
And 149, Toast Ghost skating for the Space Jammers.
48. Knockout. 24. Socket. 616. Saber-tooth tiger.
Decoy gets lead jammer, but recycled immediately after the whistle.
Decoy out of the pack. Tosco still working against all three of those blockers. One to beat in socket. Tosco's recycled back to the back of the pack. Almost finding an inside line. Decoy stays in bounds. 4 points, Death Caps.
Toast Ghost on the hunt. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. I'll do it as much as I can. Yeah, there's some names that I know just from familiarity from home team season and stuff.
Yeah.
Like right now, you got Kung Fu Skinny going to the line.
Yeah, Spinergy.
In black, we have Spinergy lining up for the Space Jammers.
And for the Death Caps, we have Kung Fu Skinny. Hilarious, very scary. And maybe that's and roadkill.
Kung Fu Skinny had a false start, had to yield for a moment. But Kung Fu Skinny leaps through for lead jammer. Spinergy on the run behind Kung Fu Skinny.
Penalty being called on Spinergy. High block. That's going to leave Kung Fu Skinny and the Death Caps in a power jam.
Kung Fu Skinny showing how it's done. Falls to the inside and is recycled.
Nice run back by Nazgul.
This is going to be a power jam start for Rolling Thunder.
Frostbite looking to play some offense right off the line to help Rolling Thunder through. Billy Fiend.
Rolling Thunder hits the ground pretty hard and back up again.
Weeping Angel with a directional. Rolling Thunder through, lead jammer. Rolling Thunder almost able to make it through backwards, but number 30 getting in the way along with Blaze.
Space Jammer defensive line keeping it pretty tight.
Spinergy stuck at the top of the pack. Rolling Thunder able to make it through. Frostbite looking for a teammate to help block Spinergy. Spinergy looking for some offense from the pivot in black. That's number 30. Sure.
We have Adriel on wheels lining up for the Space Jammers, and Pluff on the line for
The Death Caps.
Death Caps.
Death Caps choosing to reform at the front to catch Adriel on wheels. Nice push to the inside. Beautiful tool wall by the Death Caps. Pluff looking to get through. It is
Great
Adria
defense
Hell
by
on
the Death
wheels.
Caps. Pluff on the chase. Adria Hill on wheel just slides by that time.
Socket with some offense, allowing Pluff to get through. Nice slowdown by number 48. That is knockout.
Teen Titan makes the knockout, but it's a no pass, no penalty.
Socket knockout Lola the Killer Bunny. And 616.
Teen Titan again with the knockout with Pluff.
Sabertooth Tiger all slowing Adria Hell on wheels down quite well.
And Pluff
Knockout.
sneaks by on the inside.
Knockout with the assist.
Looks like a directional call on the Space Jammers. That'll mean Space Jammers start this jam one down blocker. Magic Missile at the line for the Space Jammers.
Courtney Shove for the Death Caps.
I know, I've got the mix.
There's our whistle. Courtney Shove, proving the name.
Magic Missile in hot pursuit.
Both jammers looking to score points.
Magic Missile hits the back of the pack hard. Looks like we got a low block call on number 57. That's Deadliest Catch into the penalty box.
Oh, it looks like we've got a race on our hands. Magic Missile will call move, I believe.
Magic Missile hits the pack hard.
Magic Missile through with a spin move.
We got a close game here. Space Jammers 50, Death Caps 54. That's Nazgul at the line in
Nice
black.
Little offensive move, jammer on jammer. That's Daphne jamming for the Death Caps.
Looks like Kung Fu Skinny's called for penalty into the box.
Daphne getting lead jammer.
Chased very closely behind by Nazgul. Nazgul with some pretty crafty moves to get around the defense of the Death Caps.
Daphne caught at the back, Daphne through, beating out Weeping Angel.
Nazgul forced inside by 357.
That's Billy Fiend. Billy Fiend, Apex Predator. Really strong three wall.
Space Jammers trying to do some offense there. And there's the call off.
Klondike and Skinny both with a lot of assist on that defense in that jam.
Looks like this time around we have Teen Titan headed to the line to jam for the Space Jammers, and
Rolling Thunder for the Death Caps. Penalty box is clear. Blunt force drama with some offense off the line.
Team Titan with some defense and offense at the same time, and then gets through for lead jammer. Ooh, nice side skating for Team Titan. Team Titan really putting on a show right now. It's a cut track for 105, heads to the penalty box.
Team Titan coming through with a full head of steam.
That's pancakes for breakfast in the box.
Rolling Thunder getting some help with some friends. Meanwhile, 48 is headed to the penalty box on a directional. That is knockout.
Team Titan with a cut track heads to the penalty box, making it a power jam for Rolling Thunder. Pancakes headed back to the track.
Rolling Thunder following Sabertooth Tiger right through the pack. Unfortunately, Space Jammers on the other side to catch.
Excellent defense from the Space Jammers.
Rolling Thunder managing to pick up all 4 points at the end of that jam.
Look who's back on the track, it's Lucky Harms.
Lucky Harms!
We love you, Lucky.
She's magically malicious. There's our whistle. Ashtastic lead jammer for the Space Jammers. Decoy hit out to the inside. Trying to follow A Very Scary through the pack, and it works for Decoy. Lucky Harms catching Ashtastic. What?
That's Decoy, right?
Yeah.
Decoy breaks through right before the jam ends.
Picking up all 4 points. Getting a lot of assists from Hilarious at that jam.
In black for the Space Jammers, we have Maya on the track.
And Pluff once again for the Death Caps. Frostbite with some nice offense for Pluff.
Pluff out for lead jammer. I'm sorry, Maya out for lead jammer. Pluff.
Pluff headed to the penalty box on a forearm. Billy Fiend looking to catch Maya. And Apex Predator is 247. It's Apex Predator.
You're right. Sorry. Nice side move for Pluff. Goes down as they pass through.
Kung Fu Skinny and Billy Fiend creating a really nice 2-wall to stop Maya.
Kung Fu Skinny right in Maya's way, but Maya manages to get past, and then the call off. What a great game we have here today.
Team timeout called upon the Death Caps.
This timeout's brought to you by Deb Constaber, the official realtor of the Rose City Rollers. Welcome to Portland. Adri Hill on wheels lined up for the Space Jammers.
And Hilarious jamming for the Death Caps.
Pancakes right in Hilarious's way, but Hilarious sneaks by for lead jammer.
Adriel on wheels, pushed to the outside by LL Cool Slay and company.
Hilarious gets a penalty call into the box. Did you see what that call was?
Back block.
Back block. Adriel Hill on wheels, skating the track.
Nazgul disrupting that tripod.
Death Caps defensive wall. Not going to make it easy, but Adri Hill on wheels gets by.
Lola the Killer Bunny headed to the penalty box on a cut track.
Here comes Hilarious. Hilarious doing a great job today skating. Really hungry. Nice spin move around Pancakes.
Adriel on wheels with 1 to beat, 2 to beat, 3 to beat. Socket and LL Cool Slay able to just reform in front of Adriel on wheels. Hilarious racking the points up for the Death Caps.
That was a really great jam.
Hilarious able to capitalize on a strung out pack there at the end.
Magic Missile in the star for the Space Jammers.
Courtney Shove once again with the star for the Death Caps. Live Crazy with the offense right at the whistle. Courtney Shove, top of the pack, lead jammer. Magic Missile close behind. It's a race.
That is my favorite thing. Teen Titan in the star for the Space Jammers. No. All right, we're back. Teen Titan and Magic Missile at the line.
And
I'm sorry, Rolling Thunder.
Thunder.
My bad.
I got you, Rolling Thunder.
I saw that dirty look. I'm sorry.
I see you, Mari. Rolling Thunder,
Channel
lead
setting.
jammer.
Yeah, I know. They were on our, they were mid-season draft to the Undead Avengers.
Yeah.
Which is my daughter's team, and they were great. Teen Titan with a nice move around Kung Fu Skinny. Makes it a 5-point game.
Rolling Thunder through, picking up 4. Rolling Thunder trying for the outside or the inside. Nice assist from Frostbite.
Directional call on number 1.
Directional on Frostbite.
Oh, nice. The hat.
No, we can't. That's coaching from the mezzanine.
Maya at the line
Oh, there we go.
for the Space Jammers.
And Decoy for the Death Caps.
Looks like we got a timeout. Brought to you by Deb Counts Tabor, the official realtor of the Rose City Rollers. Because somebody's bleeding? Oh, I see. We have Pluff subbing in the penalty box.
Oh, they're looking for blood.
We had a little bit of a bleeding issue, so we're walking the track. Make sure there's nothing
Biohazardous.
biohazardous. These kids skate hard.
Let's hear it for these buds.
I don't know where you go, but it doesn't really get much better than this.
Who's here cheering on the Death Caps today?
Wait a second. I think we can beat that, Space Jammers. Let's hear it for the Space Jammers. Yeah, I thought so.
That is my own trick. That's why I always go second, because then they know what they're up against.
Maya sneaking up to the front.
Decoy finding it wide open on the outside, through, picking up lead jammer.
LL Cool Slay with some really strong defense, but gets called with a forearm and have to serve a penalty in the box.
Decoy with the moves. Love watching her skate. She's just fun. She has just a good time.
Maya sneaks through the inside.
Decoy also sneaking through with a little hop.
A little slow down there for Maya, giving Decoy a chance to catch up, but here we go again. Oh, low block call. Number 5-2, Madness. Low block for tripping Decoy. Leg block, low block.
There's our whistle. Hilarious jamming for the Death Caps.
Spinergy, hop behind.
Knockout back on the track for the Death Caps. Hilarious following Death Cap. Hilarious following knockout into the pack.
Spinergy knocked on the outside on the far side of the track. Gets recycled.
Hilarious through quickly, picking up another 4, lengthening the point spread between the two teams.
Tough defensive line by the Death Caps. Spinergy finally gets through.
Hilarious trapped behind a couple of blockers in black. Hilarious trying to call it off while dodging blows.
Okay, we have Rolling Thunder on the track.
And Magic Missile. Timeout called on the track.
This timeout brought to you by Deb Counts Tabor, the official realtor of the Rose City Rollers. Welcome to PDX.
It's a great game. Sexy and I know it. Know it.
Let's give a shout out to our sponsors, Black Cat Plumbing, your local neighborhood plumbing supply company, or plumbing company, and a proud sponsor of RCR since forever. Ritual Dyes, get your knit on, a unique brick and mortar shop, dye studio in Southeast Portland, owned by RCR Pedals parent and Wreckers Skaters.
Magic Missile, lead jammer.
Rolling Thunder contending with the tough wall of the Space Jammers.
That is Nazgul providing some amazing one-on-one blocking.
Pancakes is the last line of defense, but Rolling Thunder gets through.
Pluff jamming for the Death Caps.
And 149 Toast Ghost for the Space Jammers. LL Cool Slay with a hit on the way through.
Pluff through, picking up lead jammer. LL Cool Slay headed to the penalty box. Followed by Pluff.
Pluff got a cut track there in the last second.
I think LL Cool Slay got a forearm.
Toast Ghost flies on through. Whoa, Toast Ghost comes in hard and goes down, but quickly back up again and through the pack.
LL Cool Slay setting up to catch Toast Ghost, Pluff through.
Look at this 1-point game. Pluff's gonna change that though.
Weeping Angel pushing Pluff out to the inside.
Counting down the clock from this full 2-minute jam. And that's the end. We have a 2-point game going into the half.
10-minute intermission. We will see you all in 10 minutes.
in our design. Is it gravity, your heart and mine? All I know is the stars have aligned. I could count the ways you lit up my life, but I wouldn't try. Your science I can't describe. Love unexplainably taking flight like a satellite. Ask me anything you'd like. I could answer every why. Oh, you wake me up like the morning light. Even darkness can't dim your bright eyes. You're the rising sun, the kindest sign that we'll be alright. Your science I can't describe. Love unexplainably taking flight like a satellite. This night, brilliantly simplified. I look at you and my heart takes flight like a satellite. Satellite. And when the skies are rough, the elements too much, our love will hold us made of titanium. Your science I can't describe. Love unexplainably taking flight like a satellite. This night, brilliantly simplified. I look at you and my heart takes flight like a satellite. Oh, always satellite. Yeah, I look at
And now let's get back to Derby. Decoy jamming for the Death Caps. Ludini jamming for the Space Jammers and grabbing lead jammer.
I was told to correct myself. Ludini performing some magic tricks to get through the pack down there. That is Ludini. I apologize for your mispronunciation, but good job. Ludini magically through again.
Decoy push to the inside.
Ludini recycled by LL Cool Slay.
Back block being called on Ludini. That's going to leave Decoy in a power jam.
Decoy seizes the moment. Space Jam defense lining up. LL Cool Slay with some nice offense to clear the path.
Slaughtermelly.
Decoy always putting on a show.
LL Cool Slay headed to the penalty box. Decoy getting some help from Lucky Harms.
Still a 6-point game. Spinergy lining up for Space Jammers. Kung Fu Skinny lining up for the Death Caps. I don't know why I can't remember that name.
Who?
No, Death Caps.
Oh, Death Caps.
Spinergy races through. It'll be a jammer.
Kung Fu Skinny just a straightaway behind. Less
Kung
than
Fu
two turns.
Kung Fu Skinny making this no joke. Spinergy knocked to the inside and recycled.
Kung Fu Skinny. That wall of Space Jammers really locked down. Kung Fu Skinny's not taking no for an answer.
Skinny with a wild move around. And still with some gas to take off in this heat. Number 81, Live Crazy, skating for the Space Jammers.
And Courtney Shove, skating for the Death Caps.
Live Crazy, lead jammer. Courtney Shove quickly passes them. Directional call on number 420, heading to the box. Magic Missile in the star for Space Jammers. We have an official review.
The dripping is good. That's good dripping.
We have Pluff in the star for the Death Caps. Looks like we're back to action.
Whatever the official review was, the Death Caps lost it.
Kung Fu Skinny forces Magic Missile on the inside for recycle.
Pluff at the back trying to get around those three blockers in black. Cut track Pluff. There were two other blockers that she re-entered in front of.
Kung Fu Skinny, not gonna make it easy. Magic Missile, another pass to score. Pluff hurrying to catch up. Death Caps defense is tough together. Looks like we got a high block on Lucky Harms. Number 21 heads to the box. As Pluff gets on through the pack.
Magic Missile calling it off. We've got Rolling Thunder jamming for the Death Caps.
And Maya for the Space Jammers. Space Jammers at the laddering defensive line. Quickly reformed. And Maya through, making their initial pass.
Decoy jamming for the Death Caps.
156. And Ludini skating for the Space Jammers.
Decoy, not lead jammer.
Cut track call on Ludini.
Well, now there's no lead jammer.
Power jam for Decoy.
Decoy looking for a little bit of help from Socket and Apex Predator. Decoy brushing it off. Such showmanship.
Big time. Sakatiya heads to the penalty box. We have a 1-point game.
Hello, Cool Slate opening a beautiful lane for Decoy to get through, picking up 4 points. That's going to represent a lead change for the Death Caps. Decoy picking up the full 4 right there at the end.
That's a pretty big swing in the score there. Death Cap starting in a power jam. Hilarious at the line.
Oh, I didn't even see Ludini go to the box. Was that like right at the call?
I think so. It's always interesting to see straight wall defense in Rose City. Always a dance party at the jam line. Hilarious starts their power jam. Adri Hill on wheels making a tough stop.
Slaughtermelon catching, hilarious. Assisted by Adriel on wheels. Adriel on wheels.
Pancakes makes chase, but to no avail. And it looks like we have a star pass. Adri Hill on wheels, now our jammer for the Space Jammers. Wow, fast move right through the inside, and then the call off.
They did.
Inside 20 minutes, 187 Space Jammers, 194 Death Caps. It's anybody's game. Ash Tactics skating for the Space Jammers.
Rolling Thunder for the Death Caps. There's our whistle. Rolling Thunder with a quick move to the front. Beautifully done.
And Ash Tastic has the cap off and passes to Teen Titan. Teen Titan now our jammer for Space Jammers.
I can't read anything. It doesn't matter now. Jam's over. I was going to talk about the 30. It's Stu somebody who went to the penalty box
Oh, I see.
on a directional. Space Jammers starting one down on this next jam.
Magic Missile at the line.
Decoy at the line again for Death Caps.
Get ready for a show.
There's the whistle.
And Decoy making their initial pass in reverse.
Magic Missile headed to the penalty box. Decoy's in a power jam. Beautiful sweep from the Death Caps.
Oh, Decoy makes an attempted apex jump and gets a cut track.
I don't know how that happened.
I think that they stepped over the line right before the apex jump.
Oh.
They were like rolled over the tape. Magic Missile through for another 4. Back and forth we go.
Decoy through for 4.
4 points for the pass, 10 points for showmanship. Magic Missile straight into the pack. Hard defense from LL Cool Slay. Sorry.
Decoy turning on the speed to get past those last couple of blockers.
That's Sakatiya defending there. Number 4-8 with a penalty. What did I miss?
Decoy, there were 2 blockers here, and Decoy like slowed down and just like stared at them, and something happened, but they like moved, and Decoy like jetted past, and then like gave a kiss to the crowd.
That was some Jedi mind tricks.
Ultimate fakie, like a Decoy. Kung Fu Skinny wearing the star for the Death Caps.
149 Toscos for the Space Jammers. Toscos through for the lead. Kung Fu Skinny recycled, battling the tough defense of the Space Jammers. Toast Ghost about to get through, but Hilarious says no, not so easy. Toast Ghost gets through despite all that.
Kung Fu Skinny takes a seat in the penalty box.
Toast Ghost slides through again. We have a 1-point game. That was just a lead change. Kung Fu Skinny finally through the pack. Wow, Kung Fu Skinny was racing for those points, didn't quite get there in time.
There's always next jam.
Spinergy at the line for the Space Jammers. Looks like Courtney Shove at the line for the Death Caps.
Spinergy threw on the inside at the apex. However, it did cause a cut track.
That gives the power jam
To Courtney Shove.
It's like the pack trying to decide what to do. Team Titan.
Trying to call it. That was a beautiful play by Teen Titan.
Sorry?
That was a beautiful play by Teen Titan.
Oh yeah. Not messing around. Team Titan was travel team last year and didn't make the team this year. It's questionable whether or not they could have. Or 5. Power jam with Rolling Thunder at the line. Rolling Thunder finds a hole right through the inside. Spinergy back on the track trying to make their initial pass. Is it illegal contact?
Yes.
From Spinergy back to the penalty box.
Illegal contact.
Rolling Thunder, nice side step to get past Deadliest Catch, and then the call off.
Rolling Thunder getting the okay to call it off from bench coach. Just about 11 minutes left, and we've got a 5-point game. Closest game of the weekend.
Definitely the closest game of the weekend. Decoy and Squad having a conference on the track.
These are such good skaters.
They're so awesome.
Such good skaters.
I tell you, sometimes I think it's like way more fun to watch these juniors than the adults, because the adults get deadlocked sometimes with all that muscle, you know, they just fight and they don't move. But these guys run and there's so much action and they're so good on skates because they've been doing it
For
since
so
they were
long.
little.
I really love watching the junior skaters who've aged up into adults because it's such a good mix of this.
Right, and they bring a lot of energy to that whole pack. Decoy is a crack up. The Jedi mind tricks on the track, like, I'm just gonna stop and stare you down and you'll step out of my way.
And that's exactly what happened.
Those are some good skate moves too, dancing around.
Decoy, you have all the talents. Break it down, Lucky. Get it, Avery.
Streaming broadcasts of RCR's 23 games are brought to you by S1 Helmet Company. We'd like to thank Rebel Heart Therapy, individual and relational therapy for Portland's black sheep and unicorns, and Laughing Planet for our penalty box. For food that's good for people and the planet, their menu offers vegetarian, vegan, paleo, and gluten-free dishes.
Decoy will be starting this jam in a power jam situation as we have the Space Jammer in that Laughing Planet penalty box. Play some offense, guys. Decoy with a forearm headed to that penalty box. That will release the Space Jammer.
Number
81, 61.
Live Crazy. Live Crazy skates right through the pack for lead jammer.
Forearm called on Weeping Angel.
Oh, Live Crazy taken down by Lucky Harms. I guess that's some unlucky harms. Lucky Harms showing those defensive skills, forcing the call off. Teen Titan in the star hits the track.
And they're so good. I know. Daphne wearing the star, this time for the Death Caps.
Looks like we've got an official timeout. This timeout brought to you by Debcon Staber, the official realtor of the Rose City Rollers.
You're gonna have to cover the last couple of minutes by yourself,
You out?
which is fine.
I had to do it once this weekend already.
That's right, when Grim Lawyer just like left you.
Up and gone.
There's too many white skaters. There's 6 white skaters. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. There was 6. Maybe there's not. 1, 2, 3. No, I guess there's only 5. My brain made up
Whoa,
another.
Teen Titan gets through on 1 foot, but then the tape takes her out. And the call off. We have a 2-point game. Space Jammers 220, Death Caps 222 with 8:50 left in the game. Rolling Thunder versus Nazgul at the line.
Oh my god, another fucking timeout.
And we have another timeout. And that whistle signifies the return to play.
Nazgul and Rolling Thunder wearing the jammer caps. Courtney Shove catching Nazgul at the top.
Slaughtermelon doing a great job to defend. Followed by Deadliest Catch. But we're off to the races.
Nazgul lead jammer.
Nazgul lead jammer gonna try and do some jammer defense. And then the call off. Fun and games on the track. Adri Hell on Wheels versus Kung Fu Skinny in the Stars. Kung Fu Skinny knocked out in the corner.
That was Weeping Angel with a big hit.
Adri Hill on Wheels takes lead jammer. And there's another lead change. We still have a 2-point game. Adri Hill on Wheels calls it off. We have Maya and Decoy hitting the track in the Stars.
Amaya, lead jammer.
Decoy looked like they were going to get through, but Teton Titan was there to stop that.
Amaya? Maya. I called her Amaya.
Just Maya, okay. She's like the only skater in all this that just skates with her own name.
Who's Maya?
Here we go, we're off to the races again. And Maya with the call off. A little over 5.5 minutes left, 6-point game.
Rolling Thunder jamming for the Death Caps.
Toast Ghost for Space Jammers. Sakatiya with the force out on Toast Ghost. Rolling Thunder through for lead jammer. Toast Ghost is freed through the pack. Rolling Thunder trying to make their way through again. That's a cut track on Toast Ghost. Really tough Space Jammer defense. Rolling Thunder gets through. They open the door for Rolling Thunder that time, and now we have another lead change, as you might expect with this game. Back and forth we go. Rolling Thunder with the call off. 2-point game. Power jam start for Kung Fu Skinny. Sees an opening and slides through.
Skinny hoping to put up enough points to save the Death Caps this game.
Great move from Kung Fu Skinny to get through the pack again.
That was a lot of help from LL Cool Slay.
Kung Fu Skinny calls that jam off. Magic Missile at the line for the Space Jammers. And Decoy for the Death Caps.
Nothing but hugs between these two teams.
Magic Missile through for lead jammer. Decoy forced inside. Teen Titan again, there to stop, and Pain Cakes to help. Magic Missile gets through again. Still anybody's game. Oh, Decoy knocked to the inside. Space Jammers take the lead. .239, 238, 1 minute left to play. Who's going to win this game? Looks like we got Pluff versus
Ashtastic.
Ashtastic.
Just kidding, Adriel on wheels.
Adriel on wheels quickly takes the cap for Jammer and breaks through for lead right away. Not going to let this game go easily. Sakatuya with some great defense. Still chasing down Adriel on wheels. Adriel gets through again. One more for good measure. Ooh, and Adriel on wheels goes down hard by Sakatuya. And there's the call. Unofficial score, 250, 238.